I retired from the Army in 2012. It is the most impactful thing, personally and professionally, I have done since I retired from the Army, without a doubt.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Leadership Clarksville in Tennessee. Well, it was founded in the year 1987 as an independent executive leadership program. And according to their mission statement, it is designed to give community leaders a three-dimensional view of the Clarksville-Montgomery County community. So let's meet their brand new executive director, Rich Holladay, and find out why you should join. We'll do that now in the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Yes. What's up, Water Dog Rich? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Not Water Dog Rich anymore. It is now Rich Holladay, the Executive Director of Leadership Clarksville.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you, brother.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here again.
Well, I saw the news that, you got Rich Holladay, now the Executive Director of Leadership Clarksville. So I was like, okay, I've heard about Leadership Clarksville. I've talked to people who's been members and graduates of Leadership Clarksville. Let's find out what the hell it is. And if people, like-minded people, business people, regular people should be joining it. So, we'll just get into it all. So let's meet the new Executive Director, Rich Holladay, and find out why you should join. Make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow and spread the information that you need to know. Rich, before we learn about you, a couple questions.
Sure.
First things first. What is Leadership Clarksville?
So that's you hit, actually, when you gave the summation there at the beginning. That's a pretty good. It shows that you did your research. It really was founded in 1987. There was 3 business leaders that really spearheaded the effort. D. Bose, Jim Mann, and then Jack Turner as the president of the first class. They brought in Carol Doris as the first executive director, and they put this program together. And the idea was to build networks and relationships and understanding throughout all of the business leaders in the area, and, well, just the leaders in the community, period, because there's, political leaders there, there's religious leaders, there's people from all facets of life in Clarksville. Bring them together to really do a 3-dimensional dive into the community and see the services, facilities, everything that's offered, not just by the city, county government, but the various different types of industry, whether it be small business, whether it be religion, as I mentioned, whether it be nonprofits, all the things that are available and active in Clarksville.
Now, okay, why would leaders, okay, if you consider yourself to be a leader, or maybe you don't even know, but why would leaders want to be known as a graduate of Leadership Clarksville?
Okay, that's a good question. I think that probably the most powerful tool in a leader's toolbox is information, right, in knowledge.
Okay.
So when someone has gone through the Leadership Clarksville program, they come out of the other side after graduation with a far, far deeper understanding of all the various systems, both political, civilian, military, that are involved in this community. So I think that it's a mark on someone as a graduate that there's somebody who has taken the time and effort and has gained a lot more knowledge than, say, someone who has not attended.
Now, so it is like a school. It is like a Clarksville classroom, if you will.
Well, I guess you could say that you're using Clarksville as a classroom, and Montgomery County in general. It's not a class that you go to. Basically, the breakdown is after the initial retreat where everybody comes together, team building, gets to know each other. Then there's one day a month where you travel throughout Montgomery County going to different areas, different businesses, different offices, courthouse, churches, different areas where you learn what Clarksville and Montgomery County are all about. And you spend a whole day, one day a month, all day doing that, going from place to place, with definitely a program that is completely run by the incredible Leadership Clarksville graduate volunteers who they enjoyed the program. They know what an impact it made, so they want to come back and continue that impact.
And all the while, you're surrounded by other like-minded people, that want to grow. And hey, if you want to grow in Montgomery County and Clarksville, you definitely need to learn about Clarksville, Montgomery County. I get that concept. Why? Why did you join? And when did you join? And who did your letter of recommendation?
Okay, I have to give a big shout out to the president of the 2016 Leadership Clarksville graduating class, which was Norman Kirian.
Storm and Norman?
Storm and Norman. So Norman and I were working together through the Two Rivers Company downtown. Both of us had interest down there, so we worked together. So I talked to him a little bit about it, and I heard a little bit about it and did some research and realized that, hey, this is a great way to get to know my community better. So I asked Norman to write my recommendation letter, which is a requirement. You have to have a recommendation letter by somebody to go in with your application packet. So I asked him to do mine because I knew how community-oriented he was, and I had a similar mindset. And I knew if he had gone through that program, he doesn't waste his time. So I figured, hey, if he did it, then it definitely won't be a waste of my time. And it absolutely was the best thing I've done. I retired from the Army in 2012. It is the most impactful thing personally and professionally I have done since I retired from the Army, without a doubt.
How many times in your recommendation letter did Storm and Norman write too easy? It's too easy. It's too easy.
I'm counting none. He didn't write that in the recommendation letter.
Storm, you should have. What are some of the who are some of the graduates that stand out when you say their names?
Joe, I can't even go into that because I'd be afraid to. I mean, it is so widespread throughout Clarksville and Montgomery County. At least 10 times a day when I'm out and about in public, somebody will come up and say, hey, congratulations on becoming the executive director. I was in class of 1997.
Wow.
I was in class of 1987. I mean, it just happens all the time. And I think it's a mutual impact. These people that have attended have had a huge impact on how the program has grown. And at the same time, the things that they learned in Leadership Clarksville and the relationships they built in Leadership Clarksville have turned around and had a big impact on their personal lives and the community as a whole.
When these people do come up to you and say, congratulations, I'm class of 99 or I'm class 2017 or whatever, are they usually successful people or influential people?
Yes. And, I'm not going to say that Leadership Clarksville made them successful, but that's the kind of people that are driven to spend the time, spend the resources to go through the program. I think there's a next level realization of how this program could be good for them as a person, not from a material level, because it's not about that, but to help them develop as a citizen of this area.
Yeah, it's just interesting that, like you said, it may not make you successful, but it's successful people in this program, right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
and you want to surround yourself with people who are successful. It looks like you're going to be successful too. I get that.
Yes,
right.
And I'm in this position now. I mean, obviously, if I had not attended graduating class of 2019, I wouldn't be in this position now. But when I went through, what I found after the 9-month class was over is that I missed it. I missed seeing the people that I had built relationships with, and I knew I wanted to do more.
When does it start?
So every year varies just a little bit according to the local calendar. And, of course, the pandemic has had an impact on the scheduling for last year. This year's class, which has kind of come back to normal, the initial weekend will be the last weekend of September, and then it'll be one day a month all the way until graduation in May.
And how much personal time do you have to give?
Well,
I know you said one day a month. Does it go beyond that? And for how many months?
So I mean, it's a total of eight programs, right? So that is a day there. What happens in the class is that the class members are broken up into small groups.
Okay.
And each of these small groups has an actionable project that can actually take root in Clarksville. So there is some time out of class where your small group gathers to put together this project for presentation right before graduation at the end of the year. But again, they're actionable things. One example, if you notice the school building on the school system building on Gracie Avenue, the painting of that was a direct result of a project that a small group did in my class of 2019.
So there is like homework and everything.
Little bit.
Yeah.
There's not like really things to do like study, but it's really the homework consists of just working with your fellow small group members to put this project together.
Can you fail? Can you fail out?
There is an
And can you give names of people who have?
there is an expectation of professionalism.
Yeah.
Right. So unprofessional behavior can result in someone being asked to leave. Now, what I mean by that, not agreeing is not unprofessional behavior. Like anything, it's how you present yourself. The single biggest problem is people, when it comes to that, is people not understanding that it's a commitment to the program and to yourself and to your classmates that you won't let things distract you when during that period of that class. For instance, attendance is mandatory. Showing up late is highly frowned upon. Decorum, courtesy towards the speakers, courtesy towards the program. I mean, all these things are very, very important.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're going to be, again, surrounded by professionals, be professional.
That's correct.
I'm going to have a problem with that. But, okay, how much does it cost?
So the tuition for a year is $1,000. That's the current tuition. What that covers is basically the cost of the program itself and the things that happen on each of those program days. There's all kinds of logistical requirements, food, transportation, things like that for the program. Leadership Clarksville really survives thanks to the sponsorship of the alumni who very generously give to the program, whether it be as to maintain their membership as Leadership Clarksville alumni in the Leadership Clarksville program. There's an annual dues for people that want to maintain that active status. And then, the various businesses where if you go to our website, there's too many to name again. If you go to our website, you can see a list of the sponsors that get behind the Leadership Clarksville program because they know as an organization that Leadership Clarksville is good for their organization.
Now, okay, so $1,000, and that covers for the year for all your trips, all your food, and everything like that.
It does, yes.
Got it. All right. And then who should not apply?
Well, let me answer that to you. You talked about food. Yeah, it's $1,000 for the year, but a lot of the people that are involved, some of the program alumni, if they have restaurants and things like that, they're happy to donate. And that's also, sponsorship in kind is gratefully accepted when organizations want to come on and do that. So who should not apply for Leadership Clarksville? I think if your mind,
and if you could say names, that'd be great too.
I can't say that.
Okay, sorry.
I can't say that. I think people that should not apply is if they're going after it for strictly selfish reasons. It's understood that when you go into this program, you're going to develop relationships, and that's good for anybody. But it can't be if it's all about personal gain, then it's not the program for you because this program is really about developing our community through an organization that is dedicated to our community.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, so don't be selfish. If it's all about you, don't do it. I get it.
Correct.
Right. Okay, you becoming the executive director. Big news. I say it, and people go, "Yeah, this is big." Why? Or maybe how? How did? And this is going to sound terrible. How did Rich Holladay become executive director of Leadership Clarksville?
Right place at the right time. I jumped it. No.
Yeah.
What happened is, I've got to give, the credit for the development and holding this office to Miss Carol Doris. Since 1987, when the program stood up, she has been the executive director until June 30th of this year. So
that's a long time.
Yes, and any success that the program has had can be directly linked and attributed to Carol's hard work and her involvement in the program. So after these many years, she decided earlier this year that what, I think it's time. I feel like I'm ready to step away and retire. And Leadership Clarksville announced an opening for the executive director position. I had, I think everybody knows that, I own a business here in town, that I'm retired, and I had not really thought about getting another job. But I will tell you that I enjoyed the time in Leadership Clarksville and with my fellow alumni that I've come to know since so much that I said, this is the only, it's the first thing since I retired from the Army that has really appealed to me, like, wow, that is something I really want to do. So, I talked to some great mentors in my life that were happy to give me some advice and tell me a little bit more about the program and the direction they'd like to see it go. And, I did some soul searching and talked to my wife, Shelly, and she and I decided, hey, let's try. So I put my application packet together, with the resume and all that, submitted it. I made the
Shelly
first
said,
cut.
don't do it at first. Is that
She did
accurate?
not. That is not accurate.
These notes are wrong. You got the notes wrong. It says, quote, Shelly Holladay, so you're too busy to do this.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. She did say,
tried.
She did say, and I will tell you that it would be impossible for me to do this and maintain the direct management of my other business, Water Dogs. But I'll tell you, and I gotta say this for the Water Dog staff, those guys are better than we have ever been in the past by running it themselves. I'm thankful every day, and it afforded me the opportunity to step away and do something that really, really sung out to me, called to me that I should.
I actually have quotes from them too. Thank God he's gone.
Oh, thank you.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna miss you for a bit, but yeah, all right, man. There it is.
So
it's
very
too late to
excited.
apply for this year, correct?
The deadline was July 1st for this year, and we did get a full allotment of applications for the upcoming class. But starting about the beginning of 2022, we'll start pushing and asking and start accepting applications for the class of 2023, which will be directly after that. And those notifications, we'd love for you to go and follow and sit. We don't just talk about Leadership Clarksville graduates. We're here for Clarksville. We're here to represent the leadership and the community leaders of Clarksville. So we'd love for you to like our Leadership Clarksville Facebook page, Instagram page. Check out our web page at leadershipclarksville.com. And you'll see right there on the contacts, and this is true, you reach out to us, messenger, email, telephone call. We'd love to have your questions about the program. It's that good, and it's for the good of all of us.
That's what's up. Executive Director Rich Holladay. And yeah, all those links will be in this video description and audio description as well. Thanks for your time, brother.
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure to be back here again. Different job, but same friendship.
Yeah. And I had to change the Water Dog Rich named thing to like professional stuff.
Yeah.
Unreal, but happy for you and looking forward to Leadership Clarksville. So, for more information, again, visit leadershipclarksville.com and also follow and like their social media sites. They're really picking up a lot of ground movement with the social media. So, thank you to Rich Holladay, the new Executive Director of Leadership Clarksville. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.